Last month's video, if you remember, I filmed it in Hamilton, Bermuda with Hamilton Harbor behind me. And I warned you I was going to, and I don't like to pick favorites, but I will tell you, this is the most pretty place on earth. Behind me, this is Mendenhall Glacier in Juneau, Alaska. And my plan for now is I want to just let you enjoy this, but then I'm going to take you for a little tour around Juneau. So you guys hang with me, and we're going to take the whole tour. Enjoy that view. This is as close as you can get to the glacier, so I figured I'd walk up and give you guys 30 seconds of looking at it. All I can hope is the video actually comes anywhere near close to as good looking as in real life. That aquamarine blue, which is from centuries of compression of the ice, is just stunning. Anyway, I'll get my ugly mug out of the picture and let you just enjoy it. I'm going to apologize for this camera work, but I'm going to try to handhold it here and just show you something. There's the glacier right there, but look how it goes up to these mountains, which are just stunning. And then you pan back. And actually, the first time I was ever here years ago, this glacial lake that forms in front of the glacier, I was here about 4 o'clock in the morning. It was about the same time of year as it is now, where it's light out 18 hours. And I saw this Kodiak bear walking along the edge of the water. And even though it's like 1,000 yards away, it looked like the size of a Volkswagen Beetle. And no way the video is going to do justice to this. That actually is considered a creek. But some person that lives here, a local, told me it's an Olympic-sized swimming pool of water per second coming out of there, if you could imagine. Then panning up to the top of this mountain. I just love this place. But I'm going to take some other shots so you can enjoy this. Mike and his home movies. So, but this is Mendenhall Glacier National Park. If you find yourself in Alaska, you make a point of getting here. I wanted to make sure I stopped here and showed you this because this is just an enormously pretty spot. This is Eagle Beach. We're about 24 miles outside of Juneau, downtown Juneau. You take the Glacier Highway northwest, and the scene you see behind me is Saginaw Channel. And right now we're about 3 hours past low tide. And what is amazing, and I'll try to illustrate this for you better in downtown Juneau, because right where the cruise ships come in, there's actually like a measure that shows you this. But the tide comes into Gasior Channel and floods this whole area, and it's hard to believe as it is that the water can rise 15 to 20 feet. And this is just stunning. I got pretty lucky. I'm not working today, and the sun actually came out when I had checked the Weather Channel before I came up here. It was supposed to have rained every day. But I'm going to step out of the way. If you're in Juneau, you take Glacier Highway, out of Juneau, 24 miles northwest, Eagle Beach. And you can sit right here and have yourself a little picnic. I'll step out of the shot again, let you take just a couple seconds look at this. Hey, this is the area that cruise ships come into downtown Juneau. Now what you see behind me, you think it's 2 cruise ships. But this one right there, the big one closest to me, there's actually another one parked right behind it. So right now there's 3 in downtown Juneau. At most, there can be 5 cruise ships at any one time coming into downtown Juneau. And I've heard people tell me that if all 5 are in town, you can have somewhere between 10 and 12,000 extra people descending on downtown all at the same time. Now what is really kind of cool, actually very much like Bermuda, is that the cruise ships pretty much park right in town. And walking into town is no problem. There's all sorts of buses and tours to take you out to where we've already been, like Mendenhall Glacier and other places, helicopter tours, dog sledding, whatever you'd like to do. So today's actually a Monday. I think 3 cruise ships is what comes in today. I think Wednesday as many as 5 can be in port at one time. So the body of water that we're looking out at right now is Gasior Channel. And I am going to get that shot. I'm going to try to do a dramatic one for you, showing you how low the tide can be as opposed to how high the tide can be. Because I mentioned previously, it can vary 15 to 20 feet from high to low tide, which is just staggering. So I wanted to share this with you too. What you see going up the hill here is a tramway up to the top of Roberts Mountain, which comes right out of the cruise area here in Juneau. It's pretty cool. I plan to do that tomorrow. This is a gauge that shows you how much the tide level has changed. And what is wild to me is between low tide and high tide, the tide can actually change by 20 or so feet a day. 17 to 25 feet is the range as the tide comes rushing in. And this post, you can see the gauge, we're at about 11 feet right now. I don't know if you can see that. But it's shocking. And if I had the time, I'd take you down to some of the marina. That is the Mount Roberts tramway heading back toward downtown Juneau. I showed it to you on the way up, and now you're seeing it on the way down. And what you're also looking down onto the roof of is one of the cruise ships. It's a Friday, there's only one cruise ship here. But what is sort of cool is I'm going to pan back and show you. This is downtown Juneau, all of it, looking off in this distance. And across to the left, what you're looking at is Douglas Island. As you look down Gasior Channel out to where it goes into Saginaw Channel, I had shown you a little bit of this area, which was down near Eagle Beach, if you remember that part. It is just stunning. Mount Roberts, where I stand right now, is about 1,800 feet above Gasior Channel. And as you see the tram disappearing into the bottom, you can see it covers the 1,800 feet pretty quickly. Let me see if I can give you another view. Now, I've shown you the tram going up from the ground. I showed you the tram going down from the top. This is the observation deck once you get to the top of Mount Roberts. And like I said just a moment ago, we're about 1,800 feet above Gasior Channel. The view you see behind me is looking north-northwest up Gasior Channel, where it connects to Saginaw Channel. It's about $27 to take the tram up to the top of Mount Roberts, and I'll tell you, it's really worth it. There's a terrific gift store. There's a movie you can watch which gives you some history of this area, and there's miles of hiking trails if you want to walk around. So the top of Mount Roberts here, looking backward at downtown Juneau. It's gorgeous. What you see moving behind me is one of the most popular ways people come to see Juneau, Alaska. It's a cruise ship. Today was Thursday, 7 cruise ships. Downtown Juneau, I don't know if you can see it behind me too, the second most popular way to get around once you're here is float plane. I'm going to give you a shot of downtown Juneau looking back. A couple of the cruise ships are still there. So let me change this shot for you, and I'll see you back in a sec. This shot you see over my shoulder is a shot looking back at downtown Juneau, Alaska. You can still see, even on this little computer screen that you're looking at, there's still 3 cruise ships. It's toward the end of the day, and the cruise ships have started to clear out. And this is going to conclude my little video tour for you of Juneau, Alaska. Now, actually, this shot and the one right prior, and if you hear it coming over my head, the helicopter tours. There are 5 helicopters in formation flying back from glacier tours. That's another cool thing. Expensive, and I've heard sometimes not the most experienced helicopter pilots. Not to be negative, but they'll actually take you up, land on a glacier, and you can actually walk around a little bit. But anyway, what you see behind me is downtown Juneau and another one of those float planes taking off. It's a very hectic place. But the body of water right here is Gasior Channel, which connects this area to the Pacific Ocean, which is where the cruise ships come in from. But I've really enjoyed it up here. I love Alaska. I grew up in the woods, hunting, fishing, hiking, camping, and it doesn't get better than this. So in the armada of cruise ships, helicopters, float airplanes, I bid you goodbye. This is one of my most fun video, commentaries ever. I hope you enjoyed some of the scenery. I know it's not the best quality because, again, it's a little itty-bitty, but that's cool. See me back here next month for the August commentary. I may be back to one of my more normal haunts, but man, I've enjoyed, like I said, bringing this to you from the beautiful state of Alaska. I'll see you next month.